Okay, we are live both on Facebook and Instagram, and today we're going to be talking about how to get more jobs consistently for contractors or for any construction company. If you're doing a service specifically, if you're selling like products online in a physical store, we can leave that for another talk. We just hit 100K a month with one of our clients who has a store and an online store. The physical store is doing a lot more than that every month, but the online store, it's new and we just hit 100K a month with that, so that's amazing. We're on road to be able to hit multiple six-figure months every single month, so that's cool. But today we're going to be talking about how to get more jobs consistently if you're a contractor or a service-based business. Maybe you're just doing like seasonal work and you usually want to find something to be able to do in the winter time. But let's say that either you're seasonal or not, word of mouth jobs should be keeping you pretty busy, like at least a couple weeks ahead, a month or two ahead, booked up. If you're not getting many word of mouth jobs, either you're not asking for the referral, if you will, or you are maybe not even doing that good of a job, so then people don't want to refer you out because maybe you're causing trouble to their home. So that's the first thing. You should be doing consistent work off of referrals. Sometimes I do hear that it's like a roller coaster. Sometimes you get a lot, and sometimes you don't. So it's not really consistent. But if you're doing a good job, you should have some predictability at least to be able to get some jobs from word of mouth. And you also don't want to be a one-legged stool. I should have probably titled this "How to Not Be a One-Legged Stool," because if you're just getting word-of-mouth deals, that's all you're relying on, and maybe that's cool if you're just running like a small lifestyle business. But if you want to be able to grow, that's likely a hard way to be growing. Second one is, and someone asked me today, is like, what would I suggest if they want to start getting more consistent work? Is first, you need to find out exactly what people are hiring you to do and how much it's costing them, like how much are you charging them and how much you're making from it. So what's your profit? So then you can be able to see if advertising would work for you. We don't like advertising anything under $200 as a product. If it's a service, we like high ticket, being like $2,000 to $5,000 minimum, so that you can have some room to be able to have a profit and then be able to pay for that customer, your customer acquisition cost, which is really important for you to be able to find out. So first is like, okay, what's the average sale that you're usually taking? Let's say it's like 10K just for conversation. And then from that, what do you take? Usually it's like 30%, so 3,000. And then that 3,000, that's what you're going to use to be able to buy your new customer. So obviously there's like insurance and all these costs that go into construction, but just for conversation's sake, you could spend up to $3,000 to be able to get that $10,000 customer, and you would just break even. You're not going to make a profit because that $3,000 is what you paid for that customer. Obviously, you're not going to go out and advertise to pay $3,000 or even $2,000 to only get a $10,000 job. You're going to go and advertise and maybe spend like $100 per lead. If you're in roofing or drywall or something hard like that, it's going to be very competitive. You're going to be spending a couple $100 per lead. But if you're in like landscape and interlock, hardscaping, general contracting, it should be under $100 per lead. And so if you know that you're quoting these people on like a $10,000 job, you know that's how much you're charging. It's costing you about $100 per lead. And then if you're taking 30% of, let's say, 10,000 that you charge these people, then you're left with like 3,900 that you've made on that deal because you only spent $100 to get it. If let's say you're getting 10 leads, spending $1,000, and then only getting maybe one deal that is $10,000 that gives you 3,000, then you're only making the 2,000. So it cost you a full $1,000 to get that deal, even though you got 10 jobs, if that makes sense. So that's kind of like the math, the financial math that we do with our prospects to kind of project what we can expect. We do it with our current clients as well to find bottlenecks as well. And you could do it too to see if advertising would be profitable. And then there's maybe four numbers that you can work on to be able to make more money. Either one, you can start closing more people so you get better skills, better communication skills when you're communicating with these people, giving them a price, and then booking them onto your calendar. That's one number, your closing ratio, your percentage of closing. Second one would be the amount of leads that you get to quote. So that would be like on the advertiser's part, or you yourself, if you're running your own advertising, how much is each lead costing you? So if it's at $100, if you can bring that down to 50, you're going to double the amount of leads that you get if you're still spending the same amount of money. The third thing that you can switch up in these equations is how much each project pays you, or the company as a whole. Maybe the percentage as well, obviously, will change a lot how much profit you take from each project. But the sale, if instead of like $5,000 jobs, you're doing like $50,000 jobs, you can spend a lot more to get that customer. And I feel like that's what people need to get across. Like, stop thinking about, oh, I'm going to be spending $10,000 in 3 months, and it's an expense, and you don't do the math to see how much you can actually make back from it. It's an investment. You're putting in a few dollars to make far more than what you put in. So then, yeah, the third thing that you can switch out or switch around would be how much each project is paying the company. And then the last thing that you'd want to play around with is the budget. Most of the time is the last thing. Sometimes you can do it earlier, but up in the budget. That alone is going to make all the other numbers, if you can keep them the same, make you more money. So that's my suggestions to be able to make more revenue from your advertising consistently, and how to get more jobs consistently as well. And to end the live, we usually end it out with a book recommendation. I haven't really been reading much. I've been studying more of Tai Lopez, a lot of Tai Lopez. I would recommend his 67 Steps. If anything, he did talk a lot about Sam Walton. I did read his book previously. I forget what it's called. It's like about Walmart and how he started. He had a lot of children, and he started in small, different um, farm communities, if you will, and then he expanded into big cities. So if you have any questions for next live, let us know. Happy to help. We're taking on a few more clients every single month. We're almost at that 20, 30 client mark, and we will have to start upping our pricing even more. We just want to keep everything fair, and we do. We're actually pretty competitively priced, let's say, with one of our biggest competitors, I'd say, is Blue Collar Marketing. Like, if you look at Homestars, that's not even a competitor. They are doing something completely different, not even really helping out the clients. I believe Blue Collar Marketing could be helping out the people, but they do very long-term agreements, which is usually not the best case scenario for a lot of clients who are seasonal. And yeah, happy to see if we might be able to help. Let us know if you have any questions, and we'll talk soon. Bye.